Hello everybody, my name is Rob Nixon. Welcome to today's webinar. I'm super excited that you're joining me today, and super excited that I'm going to have some panelists with me. One has just joined, Paula Field, and with that, what we're going to be doing, and I'm just going to my face here, what we're going to be doing is taking you through a journey where, Paul, I'm just going to mute you there. That's it, thank you. I'm going to take you through a journey of what two firms have done successfully to make a massive difference in their lives and the lives of their clients. So, quick backstory. This is my 26th year since I've been working exclusively with the accounting profession around the world. 26 years of helping accountants in 18 countries so far, helping them to grow revenue, grow profit, free up cash flow. About 180,000 accountants I've trained and coached now just over 500. And of the clients I've coached, helped them achieve about an average of $1.9 million extra profit each. And the latest two are certainly here, Jason Parr from Parmelis and Paula Field from Paula Field in McKinney, Texas. So super excited that you're here. We're going to have a decent-sized crew today, so all of your lines are muted, but you still can interact with us. So what I want you to do is just go to the chat button down the bottom just to notify that you can actually hear us and see us, and just pop in your hi from, wherever you're from. Hi from Omaha, hi from, Dallas, hi from wherever it is that you are from. So wherever it is that you're from, just pop in where you're coming from. I am coming right now from Australia, so sitting in Australia right now, which is great. And we've got Paula in McKinney, Texas, or Allen, Texas. And then we've got Jason over in Mount Airy, Maryland. So where we got? Just put my glasses on here. We've got Alberta, Canada, Northern New Jersey, sunny Cornwall. All right. Pennsylvania, another from Texas. We've got Jackson, Florida, Vancouver, Alberta. I've got a lot from Canada today. Little Rock, Chicago, Pasadena in California. Bet you the sun is shining there. Greensboro, North Carolina, Arkansas. It looks like you can hear. We've got Ohio. Mike, you're here from LA. Good to see you here. John from Tennessee. We have loads and loads of people. So that little chat box that you're just in there, that is how we are going to communicate. So if you've got a question of me, of Paula, or Jason, as we go through this, just pop it in there and we will get to it. And if we don't get to it today, we'll come back to you over the next day or so with an answer. So be very specific about your question. So let's begin. First up is going to be the legendary Paula Field. And Paula, say hello. We've got you muted, I think, but unmute yourself. You can unmute yourself there, Paula. There you go, Paula.
Hi, everybody. Hello.
All right. So, Paula, we met literally this time last year for the first time. It was June 2018, and I remember the meeting where you said in 2017 you did 440,000 in revenue,
right,
with 101,000 profit, and I asked you, okay, that's great, but what are you going to do? And you wanted to grow your business exponentially. Tell us, 12 months ago when we first met, give us a sense and feel of the business, what it looked like.
Sure, of course. There was a lot of stress involved with the business, a lot of worry. Are we going to do it? How are we going to do it? I knew I wanted to grow. We were growing, but I did not anticipate such a fantastic year end. We were pretty frustrated because we were trying to do our work and we kept hitting roadblocks, and the staff, the team was very frustrated also. We just couldn't get past over the hurdle, and I knew that there were things that I needed to do, but I didn't know exactly how to take that on.
So what was the makeup back then? You as the owner, what was the total head count when we met a year ago?
4, maybe 5. 4 full-time and 1 part-time.
So, and how long had you operated this business for, Paula? How long had it been going for?
I moved into my location here 3 years ago. So I'd been here for 2 years, worked out of my house before that. And 4 or 5, that's been typically the track that I was on once I started growing. Before, years before that, it was just me. So I started it out of my home, worked when the kids were at school. The kids got older and didn't need me so much. So it's time for me, time to grow.
And so, essentially, by the sound of it, 12 months ago, the firm had just been bubbling along, small firm, and the revenue, was about 440. I know for 17, but what was it sort of monthly back June last year, roughly? What were you trending? About 750 or so?
Yeah. We were on track for about. I was projecting 750.
Okay, cool. So by the time, let's fast forward a bit. Let's go, first of all, 6 months. What did you end the year at instead of 750? What did you end the year at December 31 last year?
$1,010,000.
Just over $1 million. I love it. Ring the bell on that one. And then fast forward 12 months. Where are we at a full 12 months into this journey? What does it look like? What are we trending towards?
Well, we're trending at 1.5 now, but I haven't flipped the switch on the marketing. I've been very diligent about trying to get my house in order and take care of some things for processes, to be able to reduce the frustration level of the team and to get us functioning like a well-oiled machine.
So I love this, right?
Ready to flip the switch.
We've grown by more than double, and we haven't flipped the switch on marketing yet, which doesn't compute for a lot of people listening in here. I see survey after survey after survey. What do you want this year? And it's always new clients. And you certainly get new clients, but what we've done here, we've gone more than double, and we're about to start marketing. So talk us through that, right? So the main conversation that I want for everyone to get out of this is, great success story, awesome. But what did you specifically do? What have you done differently to so far more than double the revenue in 12 months and get ready for flipping the switch, as you say? So take it away. Give us some tools and strategy.
Okay, of course. The first thing that we did is we went paperless. Big, huge goal of mine. And so we did it. We went up into the cloud. I had a lot of clients that were starting to want more online technology. So we dropped our desktop clients, went out and had GAP meetings, goal assessment achievement planning meetings with our clients that were on desktop, and said that we're not doing desktop any longer. We're moving you to the cloud. And everybody was very open to it. Even the one person that I thought would never in a million years switch to the cloud, they did. So that was fantastic. We have we've been offshoring some of our bookkeeping, accounting work, and our team in the Philippines is growing. We've got 5 team members over in the Philippines now. So I think one of the best things that we've done is that we do weekly accounting. So every Monday, we are hitting the every client's books and making sure that the last week has been updated so that our clients have real-time information, and they love it. What business owner doesn't, right?
Yep.
So we've done that, and we have implemented 7 new softwares that we're using in order to streamline our processes and be more efficient, and get our work in order, basically. So everybody knows where to go to find something. It's all in the same place. We've got improved our communication tools with our clients. We've got this new app that we love that lets us text a client so everybody in the firm can see the text thread and pick up if somebody has the day off and be able to address a payroll question or handle an emergency situation because everybody has access to it. I think that was one of my favorites. And we're getting ready to start the LinkedIn. We're doing our LinkedIn strategy to bring our new clients through the door, the ones, our gold clients, our niche that we're working with, our niche. And niche.
That's Paula taking the mickey out of me, by the way. It's there's no niche, there's no T in niche, fellow Americans. It's niche market, right? Niche. Anyway, we'll get to that. Keep going.
Keep going. We have a daily huddle with the team members. So every morning we get on a Zoom call with the team in the Philippines and the team stateside, and we run through what we're working on. I love it because it keeps me involved in where the stopgaps are and how the work is progressing through the processes. So that's super important for me. And then if there's ever anything that I know needs to hop into the middle of the seam, I have my opportunity first thing in the morning to let everybody know what I need done. So that has been great. Getting to meet with the clients and do their goal setting has been an opportunity for us to be able to bring in more work. And I think that has been wonderful because it lets them know that we're really interested in what they're doing. And I think one of the things that helped me get to $1 million was the confidence to move forward and increase my prices and not be afraid to do that.
What was the approximate price increase that you applied across the board average?
25%.
And how many clients did you lose as a result of that?
On the tax work, I probably lost 7 to 8%. And on the accounting work, I lost 2 clients.
Okay. So net result was quite a lift. But, you know, you're also adding value to the client by understanding them more, communicating more. You've increased the level of value to justify a level of increase in price.
Yes. And one of the things that I think is super important is that by getting our processes documented and everybody knows what their role is and how they fit into what we're doing for every client, it has freed me up to allow me first to be able to research more products. Like we're going to be doing a profit management program that we're selling and adding on to our new contracts coming in and to our existing contracts. So clients love that. They want that. And so we're finally to the point to where we're offering it. But it just feels like as we move on, we're doing more and more services, increasing our services, which is letting the new clients that come in have a bigger array of what we offer. So it's been a nice transition.
So if we just look at the the numbers here, we've gone 2017 440, 2018 $1 million, and most of that was working in the last half of the year where we started working together, which is great. 2019 we're going to hit 1.5, so effectively in 2 years we'll triple the revenue. As Mike says, Mike Bernstein, that's a lot of top line revenue. Not just on pricing, because that's not 25%. That's more than 25% just on price increase. There must have been additional services, additional clients. What additional things did you do to grow that? Because that's a lot of growth.
Yeah, it is a lot of growth, but it was a lot of work. In the month of December, I had 40 client meetings. And it was fun and awesome, and what the different stress that it brought into the company, it wasn't frustration, it was excitement. So it's brought in this whole new level of enthusiasm in the team. We ring a bell when we have a new sale and when we get a new client, and we're ringing the bell, and it's fun. Yeah.
I love the bell. So one of the things that I taught you was what you alluded to it, called a GAP meeting, goal achievement process. And
Yes.
the objective is, and it's a process of meeting with a client, understanding where they are today, understanding their goals, understanding their frustrations, and then matching our services to those problems, right? So you've done a bunch of those. Like, how many of those would you have actually done?
Oh, I'm probably getting close to 75. I've backed off a little bit because it was tax season, and one of my next future hires is going to be a reviewer, so that I don't have to review returns. I got to get that off my plate so that I can continue to sell.
Yep. And so you have 75 client meetings of that type, a very specific meeting, approximately. Right. And the objective is to make sure they're buying everything they need that helps them achieve their goals. Mm-hmm. How many of them are buying additional products and tools from you?
Oh, easy 80%. Easy.
Wow.
That's an easy sale because they have issues. They have things they want to see. Yes, they want weekly accounting. And how about a budget and a cash flow? And what's profit management? And what do you mean you can pay my bills for me? So it's just, I don't need it. They don't need to have fear going into it because it helps them. It's super easy to sell something that helps them see the benefit of their business. They want more profit. They want to see it.
How are you pricing these additional services? What's your methodology on pricing?
I'm adding, and Karen comes in behind me and adds it up, increases it up a little more. That's a hard thing to do for me, but I think that there's super big value in having a good access to your financial system and your profit. So to me, that's a $12,000 add-on.
Awesome.
If I tell somebody how to keep more of their profit and they're going to be managing it, that's $1,000 a month.
Awesome. So what you're doing, which is playing out perfectly, right, is really a three-step process. We're fixing what's going on today, fixing current workflow, fixing the way we engage our clients, customer service, pricing, packaging, etc. Step two, we're minimizing time dramatically, where we've got capacity now. And step three, we're about to scale, right? And that we're about to, as you say, flip the switch for the real scale, growing from 400,000 to 1.5. We're just getting started, really. Let's talk about scale for a moment. And by the way, continue asking questions if you choose to in the chat session there. How big do you want to scale this business? What do you see now as the size of the business?
I was really timid before and where I thought it could go. And my eyes are wide open. And I think that it can easily be a $3 million business in another year and a half, maybe two. And when we make that leap, I'm really curious to know and to see if it's just going to be 3 million or if we can keep going and get it to 5.
Sure.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? And who's the niche market you've decided? Who are you going to target? You've started a LinkedIn campaign. Who are you targeting?
I'm targeting lawyers, attorneys, litigators, title attorneys, all things legal.
So fantastic result. Awesome result, Paula. And the cool thing about what you're doing is, you're implementing. You just get things done. You and the team, Sandra and Karen, the guys, you just get things done.
Yeah.
And look at the results. We're getting much better result for you, for your clients. Everyone's so much happier. I'm going to circle back to you, Paula, in a minute. I want to flip over to Jason for a bit because very different profile firm for starting, Mark. And so I'll just get you muted and then Jason unmuted. Cool. Thank you. All righty. So Jason, say hello from Mount Airy. We've got someone else from Mount Airy on here as well, I saw. So John Cohen is from Mount Airy as well. So Jason, let's just make sure we can hear you.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone.
There you go. Cool. Mount Airy in Maryland. Love the place. Beautiful little place. So Jason, we met a year ago as well. And a year ago, just describe the business a year ago as it was, in size, shape, style, attitude. Give us a sense of what it looked like.
It wasn't too much different than it currently is, because I think we had a leg up on a lot of our the other people in the group, in that we already had a niche market that we've had for a lot of years. However, we were spending way too much time on the processes. Our team members were doing things they didn't have to do. We were taking on clients without really qualifying them, without really making sure they're the kind of people that we want to work with. And we had grown substantially. We did about 3.5 million gross in 2018. But I felt things were stagnant and I didn't quite know what was wrong. And then I got your email and I said, this sounds like something we should look at. So we did.
So 3.5 mil gross, two partners, yourself and Reed. How many total people do you hire, Jason, or did you hire back then?
We had about 22 total, including my partner and myself.
Okay, and the niche market being automotive shops. Yep.
Yes.
And
yep.
You've had that market for about 25. You really started with that market, didn't you?
We did. It wasn't on purpose. I don't want to profess that I'm a genius or something. That was by accident. And we really have focused on that niche in the last 10 to 12 years or so. And it truly is a testament to what you preach about. You need to have a client niche. It works so well. It works. It's fantastic to have a niche. And we are 93% of our monthly business clients are in the auto repair business. And the rest are just, few odds and ends here and there that we've had for years. So we really focus on the niche.
Awesome. So fast forward 12 months. What does the business now look like in size, shape, style, behavior? And then we'll get into what you've been doing differently in the last 12 months.
We've grown in a number of clients. For example, I just looked at it. Right now, we've got 50 new business clients for this year. And last year at the same time, we were only at 20. And that is all through our focused sales efforts. The use of HelloSign is a fantastic tool for proposals. Every bit of work that a client asks for, whereas we used to just do it and then wonder if we should bill them and probably don't get paid. Everything gets done on a proposal with priced up front, payment up front. No questions. That has been a big change. And we never priced up front. Never. That just wasn't a concept that we could figure out. But I tell you, through pricing up front, I would guess it added $80,000, $100,000 to the top line for the first 6 months of this year, easily.
What are we trending at in revenue for this year? What does it look like it's going to be?
We are on target at least to do 4.5. So that's an additional $1 million. We'd love to hit 5. I don't know if we're going to get there, realistically speaking. But we should be able to hit 4.5. And, you know, our top line, or I'm sorry, our bottom line net to owners is 400,000 higher for the first 6 months of this year compared to first 6 months of last year.
Each or combined? Excuse me.
Well, that's total.
Total.
But we should be able to hit close to your $1 million per partner mark this year. I'm hoping.
Awesome.
Maybe not net, but gross. So we'll work on the net.
So we've grown the business by $1 million. What about the headcount? Has the headcount gone up, gone down? What's the overhead looking like?
Oh, our team members?
Yeah.
No, same, exactly the same. We hired one offshore person that's doing a lot of the grunt work, the bank reconciliations, the bookkeeping kind of stuff. Through your direction, we drove our time down, increased capacity by 1/3. We're getting our work done very efficiently. There's very little stress around here at all. My partner and I think we did maybe 5 tax returns total. The two of us, and we have really good team members that do all that. We did price increases, and that went over really well. So
we've grown the top by $1 million. We haven't increased the overhead. I just want to unpack the time under budget. So you said you've increased capacity by 1/3 by being more efficient. How did you do that?
Well, we through your direction, outlined all the steps of our processes and what we were doing, and identified all of the areas that did not need to be done and just cut those out. And while still making sure that we had happy clients, and because us as accountants, we tend to get too detail oriented and want to make things a little too perfect, and you just really don't have to do that as long as your client's happy. So that was the biggest thing.
And so I remember a meeting we had. You were tracking I can't remember the exact numbers, but it was something like you took average monthly time per client from 2 3/4 hours down to 2 or something like that, if I recall, Jason?
Yeah, we're a little under 2 right now, about 1.8 hours now. Yeah.
But we were 2.5 or 2 3/4. I can't remember.
2 3/4, sometimes close to 3. So yeah.
Per client per month, and we reduced that to 1.8 hours per client per month by focusing on that, being more efficient. And that is straight out capacity right there to do more. Yeah.
Yep. So we were able to, because each new client we take on is probably, $1,000 to $1,500 of cleanup work, what have you. So gave us more capacity to get those done more quickly and get them into the flow. So, and we had one team member leave, and we didn't have to replace her. We just divvied up the work, and we're still fine.
So we've grown by 50 clients. We've freed up 30% of capacity by being more efficient. We've had a price increase. We've got one offshore. What are some of the other things you've been doing, Jason, the last 12 months to make a difference to what you've done to date?
We did something I never thought we would do, and we have a full-time marketing coordinator now. And we're doing some baby steps there, but we developed an email blast campaign, again, from your direction. We have purchased list of close to 50,000 emails. And we do a one blast every 2 weeks, I believe. It's either one every 2 weeks or one per week. I can't remember which, because I don't do that, so I don't know. We've updated got a new website to take advantage of the Google AdWords, another thing I don't quite understand, but I'm told it works a lot better. And we done some postcard mailers to try to test the waters there, because as you said, we're not sure what's going to reach our target market the best. But the good news is there are 220,000 repair shops in the nation, and if we just get whatever 1/2 or 1/10 of 1%, we'll be okay. So
I love it. So what services are you providing? What are your products? What do you actually do for these repair shops?
Typically, it's a review of their QuickBooks file, whether it be an online QuickBooks or a desktop version, and we remote in to their system, review and fix as necessary. We then produce some management reports on our end, where we can help them with their profitability. And we also have a comparative tool where we can compare each of our clients' numbers with the rest of our niche market, of which there are about 400 now. And that's a really valuable tool for them as well. And then, of course, year-end tax preparation. We're trying to branch off and do more of the bookkeeping stuff using all the online tools available to kind of marry us a little better with our client base. And then, of course, tax preparation at year-end. That's the most part. That's the most of it.
So, let's fast forward a bit. Same sort of process you're following. You definitely had a leg up on most firms where we already had a niche market, but we've had to fix what's going on today. We've had to minimize time, get more efficient, and we've now started the scaling process. Hire a marketing coordinator, really double down on the niche market. How big do you think you can grow this business, and in what time frame, Jason?
We've looked at it, and we think another 200 or so additional monthly clients will get us up to around 600. But we want them to be the really high quality A type of clients. And as we get more A clients, we can let the C's and D's drop off. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be a comfortable number for the system that we have set up. We have a tax department, and we have our accounting people. I think if we get any bigger than that, numbers wise, I think we'll have to revamp our infrastructure. And I don't know if I really want to do that right now. At least that's how I feel. But I think those numbers should produce some really good gross and net income figures.
Well, you're achieving 55% or thereabouts profit now, and you've got yourself and Reed, your partner, client time way down, which is the objective here. And we've got a rock solid business that, to pile on 200 clients, you're not going to pile on, another 10 people. So it's going to go straight to the top, straight to the bottom. So getting to about 6 mil mark, you'll have a profit margin of about 3.5 or so. And we've got a sweet business there. I remember you told me the last time we saw you, you said, I've got all this cash in the bank. I don't know what to do with it, which is a good problem. It's a champagne problem, mate, right?
It is a good problem. Yeah, definitely no sleepless nights as far as that goes.
Yeah, that's so cool. A couple of questions coming through. One from Amsterdam, from Gerd. And strategy for dealing with referrals from existing clients. Have you followed that? Have you asked for referrals at all? Where are you at with that, Jason?
I would say we do not do a good enough job of that. Most of our new clients are driven by, my partner does a teaching at a coaching business that coaches repair shops. And we get a lot of referrals from that, but we don't really ask for enough referrals from our existing clients. We should, but we don't.
Yeah. Well, we can turn on the marketing machine and get that involved as well, which is cool. Ricky's asked about professional people, with such fast growth, and this one's for you as well, Paula. How are you dealing with keeping up with the volume of people needed in line with the growth? So Jason, if you can answer that first, then we'll flip to Paula. Because the challenge you've got in the US is you've got, under 4% unemployment, which means everyone who wants a job's got a job. And that pushes scarcity, of course, pushes salaries up, and also attitudes change as well. So how have you dealt with the people problem or opportunity?
I would say we're very fortunate. I don't really have a people problem. Our increase in revenues was done through price increases, both with our monthly accounting people, and then we did a across the board 20% to 25% increase on our tax preparation. And like I said, we had one team member leave, and we did not need to replace her because we drove the time down so well. We increased capacity there, so we don't have a people problem. And during tax season, even we have very little overtime. I mean, our tax people work maybe till 6:30, 7 o'clock at night, and that's about it. So I don't know what it is we do right, but we do something right.
But you do a lot of things right. You should ring in that bell. Well, you got a gong. You got a gong. It's better than the bell.
Yeah, we do have a gong. That's right.
Celebrate your awesomeness. Paul, I'm just going to flip to you just to answer this question on the people side. How have you solved the people challenge in your business in Texas?
Yeah, well, we did have a people challenge because we would hire in accountants to help, and then they wouldn't show up for work. So I had a real issue. That happened with a couple of them. So we went over to the Philippines, and now we hired some team members that work specifically on our clients. And the way that we grew was by growing our team over there and train to teach them how we wanted things done. But they're great. I mean, I love them. And
you've got a team of 5 over there at the moment, Paula?
We've got 6. There's 6 of us plus me. So 7 stateside and 5 in the Philippines.
Awesome. And again, you've got tons of capacity for growth as well.
Yeah, we're ready to grow.
And Jason, just on this topic of the Philippines, where are you at? You've hired 1 in the Philippines right now?
Yes, right now we just have 1. It's only been like 5 weeks or so. So we're still kind of training that person and getting them up and running. But I think overall it's going very well.
Awesome. So question for both of you from Grant on managing the change with the team and getting team buy-in. So what have you done because there's been a lot of changes in both firms, what have you done to re-engage your team, get them on the same page, get buy-in? Jason, what have you done differently with your team?
We met with all of them, explain what it was we're trying to do, meaning drive our time down, and the reasons for that, which is to increase capacity. And at first there was some resistance because people want to make sure they get their hours in. But I think after about 5-6 months of it, they all realized this is really great. We're able to keep up with our work a lot better. It's way less stressful because they are so much more efficient. And the biggest buy-in ability was just that. It was just so much less stressful for all of them. That's the biggest part.
So you make the changes. It's an easy sell. You don't have to spend any overtime. You're not working. Did they work weekends during tax season for you, Jason?
The tax people usually work Saturdays, yeah, maybe half a day or so, but they don't, our tax people don't put in, they're not here till 10, 11 o'clock at night. Nobody is.
Yeah, yeah. Awesome. Paul, how did you deal with team buy-in, team engagement on the same page?
Yeah, that's a great question. We got everybody's input. How did they see that we could drive time down? And that's where the going paperless came from. We had one of our team members say that would help immensely if we didn't have to deal with all this paper. And then we did it. We link them in with the goals. So if we accomplish these quarterly goals that we have for our implementations and get buy-in from them on that, then we do more time off. Because we made 40 GAP meetings in the month of December, they got an extra week off over the holidays, and everybody loved that. It was good.
Awesome. Got a question from John on your apps, Paula. You purchased 7 new software programs. What were they, and what were these software applications you implemented?
Yes. Okay. We are using Carbon for our document workflow, our processes, keeping up with our work. We're using Docket, which is not a cloud-based system. It's a server-based system, but it allows us to store our documents and make our notations on them. We're using QuickBooks Online and Bill.com and T-Sheets to reduce our payroll processing time, which is great. We use Slack for firm communication, Zoom, of course, every morning, and an app that we have tied to our website and Google reviews is called Broadly, and that's what allows us to text our clients. Awesome.
Cool. So as we start to wrap up the last few minutes together, I want to ask you a couple of questions around the other firms on this webinar. We've got 73 other participants, which is amazing. And let's say they were just starting out, as far as starting out the journey of changing their firm like you did it 12 months ago. And what would you recommend to them to, get started with? Jason, what would you say to a new firm looking to make some changes, looking to build a better business? Where should they start?
Meaning, should they sign up with Rob?
Whatever you think. I've got capacity for 3 more clients to coach in the US, so 3 can.
I strongly recommend looking at Rob's program, and as long as you are open-minded, willing to implement change. Rob doesn't like failure to implement. So you really have to be okay with that, and just trust in what he's teaching you, because I will tell you, it really does work. For me, one of the biggest things was the value billing, rather than looking at it pricing by hour and a rate and what have you. No, what's the value of that work, and then come up with a price and then add something to it. So that to me is one of the biggest things.
Yeah, and you're right. You've got to be ready for change. So if you're not going to change, then you're not going to get these results.
Yeah.
Paula, what would you say to the 73 other accounting firms listening into you right now?
Well, if there's 73 and you only have room for 3, I'd say fast. No, seriously, I would download your book, because you have a lot of great tools in there, and I trust you. You've helped me a lot, and so that's my advice. Trust Rob.
Yeah, well, thank you. And let me just explain a couple of bits to everyone how this works. So the way I coach firms is in groups of 8 at a time. So Paula and Jason are in different groups. And we work together as a group, but also things like this, hooking different groups up together. And it's an amazing process to have like-minded firms working on similar projects, bouncing ideas off each other, having me as the chair to make sure things are accountable. As I said, I don't tolerate failure to implement. And I am looking for 3. 3 firms. You need to be ready to go now. We've got a round of meetings planned in July. And you need to be of a decent size, so no startups. Paula, you were definitely on the small size at 440, but we had a good discussion about that. And so at least over $500,000, and not too many partners. If you've got more than 3 partners, then we'll have a discussion about that, because the key thing is, will you implement? Because it's pointless doing anything unless you're going to implement. As a buddy of mine says, the power of an idea is in its implementation. So if you're ready for that, if you are ambitious, you have to be ambitious. If you're doing $1 million now, want to get to 1.2, let's not talk. You're wasting everyone's time because you can do that on your own. But where Paula's at, want to get to 3, then 5. Where Jason's at, we start at 3, want to get 6. Love that level of ambition. That's going to help you immensely because that's going to make it easier. There's work to do. This is, both of you have rattled off, projects. You just tick, 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 got it done. So if you are looking to make some changes, if you're looking to do that now, I'm going to pop a direct link to my calendar. This is going to all attendees. And this is a 25-minute one-on-one with me, which is an interview. And I've got some spots available Friday afternoon and also some spots available on Monday afternoon. Book in 25 minutes. The link's in your chat session there. So just go ahead and book that straight in. And we'll have a discussion, the same discussion I had with Paula and Jason a year ago, which is, where are you now? Where do you want to go? Let's talk about, the ability to implement. Let's talk about how you're going to do this. I charge $5,000 per month. I have a 5 times guarantee. With every firm, I expect you to make at least $300,000 extra profit. I write that into the contract. If you do what you say you're going to do and you don't, then you don't pay. So far, my guarantee is intact with 100% success rate. So if you're willing, I'd love to meet with you. I'd love some more awesome clients like Paula and Jason, and to really help make a massive difference in your clients' lives and your lives, and really do something pretty cool. So let's wrap up with that. There's a link in the chat if you want to have a chat with me. So Paula, final words. Final words from you and final words from Jason. What do you see, this is really brief, the major difference, not the tactic, but the major difference in the behavior of your team, right? What have you seen the changes in your people and you as the major thing that you've seen? And Paula, we'll start with the ladies to wrap it up. Major differences that have made the difference with your people.
Major difference that is going on right now is they are so ready for our niche clients, where everything is very similar across the board, where they don't have to relearn a whole new business structure when we bring on a new client. So now when we're bringing on a new client that is not in our niche, they're frustrated. They really they're pushing me. My team is pushing me to get my niche under control. And wow, I love that. That's
cool.
Awesome.
Transformation. Jason, what have you seen as the big attitude change in the team and in your business as we wrap up?
I would say more of an overall awareness on value billing. For example, one of my team members emailed me today, hey, this client asked for me to do this month, and I don't normally do that. Should I do it or not? And I said, no, we need to send them a proposal to get that done. And if they okay it and they pay for it, then we can do that work. And it's not just there, it's in an overall, you talk to a client and what would have normally been, well, it's 5 hours at $200 an hour. No, it's the value of that is this, and we're going to charge $6,000 for that project. And they still say, okay. So the value billing is really been a big mindset shift for us. And I think we're all on board with it, and it's really fantastic.
Awesome. Well, thank you both. Looking forward to the next few years ahead. We're only 1 year in. Imagine what we do with 2 or 3 years, guys. That'd be awesome. And looking forward to helping you smash your goals and make a massive difference. So I know everyone's appreciative of the love that you've given today. Thank you, and looking forward to seeing you both in a couple of weeks' time. All the best, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye. And thank you, everyone, for listening in. Bye-bye.